So, pag-usapan natin ngayon ay sigma notation pati yung binomial theorem. Okay, objectives. Objectives are definition of and writing in sigma notation. Second, evaluate some writing in written in sigma notation. Kanyang properties and calculating sum using the properties of sigma notation. So, aside from isusulat mo lahat yung mga kanyang term, pwede na natin compute using yung property. Yun ang ibig sabihin nito. Okay? Yan. So, yung parte ng ating sigma notation ay ganito. Okay. Yan po guys. Yung ating summation ay may quit ha. So, ito ay Greek letter ng ibig sabihin ay S. Pero, summation yung ibig sabihin nun. Okay. Tapos, lagyan natin ng function f of I. Tapos, I is from 1 to, gawin natin n. From n to m. Ibig sabihin, itong I na ito ay babaguhin natin from the lower bound to the upper bound. So, ibig sabihin nito ay, ang tawag dito sa f of I is the terms of summation. Yung n dito, ang tawag dito ay lower bound. Lower bound. Ano ang talaga? Yung m dito ay, ito yung upper bound. Okay, upper bound. At yung I dito ay yung index. Okay, take note itong I na ito ay mababago depende yan sa given. Pwedeng letter K, pwedeng letter M, or so on and so forth. Basta mababago siya. Okay, so yung basa dito ay summation of f of I from I is equal to n to m. Let me repeat. Summation of f of I from I is equal to n to m. Kumbaga, start siya ng n to n. Yung ibig sabihin. Halimbawa, paano basahin itong other given? Ito ay summation of, so may of kasi may followed by the term. Summation of 2i plus 3 from I is equal to 2 to 4. Dito sa number 2, summation of 2 raised to I from I is equal to 0 to 5. Did you get my point? Nakuha niyo po?
Yes po.
Okay, sige nga. How about yung number 3? How among you wants to read number 3 given?
Summation of a sub I from I is equal to 1 to n.
Very good. Next, number 4. Any volunteer?
Summation of square root of n over n plus 1
Okay.
from n is equal to 1 to 6.
Okay, very good. So, yun na, yung index dito, it can be I, N, K, or any letter. Pwede po yun. Okay? So, yung N, yung I po, yung index lang po yung nababago. Let's have an example. Expand each summation and simplify if possible. So, ang gagawin natin, bigay mo na natin lahat, ilatag mo na natin yung expand form. After natin expand, we have to simplify, then add yung like terms. Number 1. So, number 1, it is summation of 2i plus 3. We have to parenthesize this. From I is equal to 2 hanggang 4. So, yung I dito, ibig sabihin, babaguhin natin ng 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, lagyan natin ng bracket. So, 2 times 2 plus 3. Ito yung 2. Followed by 3. So, ito ay 2 times 3 plus 3. And lastly, plus 2 times 4 plus 3. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin nito from 2 to 4. So, ito ay 2, 3, 4. Ito yung lower bound. Ito yung upper bound. Okay? Let's simplify. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. And 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 plus 11 is 27. Okay, tama ba ako 27?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po, sir.
Number 2, summation of 2 raised to I. Kasi kapag 2i, magkatabi sila. 2 raised to r, I, from I is equal to 0 to 5. Okay, so ito ay 2 raised to 0 plus 2 raised to 1 plus 2 raised to 2 plus 2 raised to 3 plus 2 raised to 4 plus 2 raised to 5. O, yun, hanggang doon na lang. What is 2 raised to 0?
1 po.
1. 2 raised to 1 is
2.
2. 2 raised to 4.
4
4.
4. 2 raised to 6.
times to 4. 4 times 2.
8.
8.
8.
2 times
2 raised to 4.
16.
16.
And 2 raised to 5.
32.
32 is correct. And 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32. Ilan?
16 plus 13.
60?
63.
63 is correct. Okay, that's it. Okay, next, number 3. Okay, number 3, ang given ay, ano ba yung given? Summation of I sub A sub I from I is equal to 1 to N. Naku, hindi binigay yung last term, pero N term. Pero alam mo yung term of summation. So let's write A sub 1, kasi 1 yung start, plus A sub 2, A sub 3, A sub 4, plus tatlong dot, plus A sub N. Okay. So, paano ito ko-combine? Sabi dito. Pwede ba natin combine to? Pwede ba?
Bawal po.
Okay, bawal. Hindi na pwede. Sabi kasi dito, if possible, based on the direction. Direction says that expand each summation and simplify if possible. Kapag hindi na, edi wag natin ipilit. Okay, that's it. Yun na po yung sagot sa ating problem. Next, number 4. The given is summation of square root of n over n minus n plus 1 from n is equal to 1 to 6. Okay, isa-isahin natin. Ito ay square root of 1 over 1 plus 1 plus square root of 2 over 2 plus 1 plus square root of 3 over 3 plus 1 plus square root of 4 over 4 plus 1 plus square root of 5 over 5 plus 1 plus square root of 6 over 6 plus 1. Medyo marami nga lang. Then, simplify. Square root of 1 is 1. We all know that. Tapos yung denominator, this is equivalent to 2. Plus, etong square root of 2, yan na yung simplest form niya. So, kopyahin na lang natin. Square root of 2 over 3 plus, same sila ng square root of 3. So, square root of 3 plus 4 plus, yung square root of 4, pwedeng i-simplify. Kung pwedeng simplify, then i-simplify natin. So, ito ay 2 square root of 5 plus, yung square root of 5, hindi na pwedeng simplify, kopyahin na lang natin, over 6 plus, itong square root of 6, same lang din, yun na yung sagot, over 7. Okay. Pwede ba natin i-combine ito? Itong mga terms? Ano po yung sagot kapag kinumbine? Okay, medyo mahirap ano? So kapag ganyan yung tanong, yan na po yung final answer. Ha? Sabi naman doon sa direction, if possible. So ito na yung ito na yung simplest form niya. Klaro po ba ito? Klaro po?
Yes.
Yes
Yes.
po.
Okay, so that's it. Let's move to another sample. Sample number 2 is write each expression in sigma notation. Kanina dito, in-expand natin. Nilagay natin lahat ng terms. Pero this time, iba naman yung approach. From the series, gagawin naman natin yung formula niya. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ito yung kailangan natin ibigay. Ito yung sigma notation. Okay, number 1. For number 1, ito ay 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 1, 2, 3 tapos plus 1/100. Oh, mabat mo 100. Okay. So kapag ganyan, ano kaya yung formula na maaaring bigay dito? Tapos pansinin niyo yung yung denominator. Yung denominator lang yun na bago. Okay? So meaning, ito ay summation of 1 over, okay, tingnan nyo ito, lahat ng whole number ay may denominator na 1. Laging 1 yun. Laging 1. Kahit 1 million yan, ang denominator nun ay 1 million. Okay. So kapag ganyan, alam mo yung denominator ay lagi nadadagdagan ng 1. So meaning, we can write in here, this is I. Okay? And I is equivalent to 1 or 1 to 100. Okay. Try natin. So ang basa dito is that, summation of 1 over I from I is equal to 1 to 100. Try natin kung tama yung sagot natin sa first term. So, 1 over I where I is equal to 1, and we all know that 1 divides to 1, that's 1. So tama tayo. Try natin yung second term, 1/2. So ito ay 1 over 2. That's it. 1/2 din. Okay. Paano naman kapag 3? 1 over 3. And that's the same. Okay. Try natin yung 1 to 100. So we all know that is correct. Therefore, ito yung kanyang summation form. Klaro po ba? Klaro po? Okay.
Yes po, sir.
So, pwede nyo i-counter-check siya. Pwede nyo i-counter-check through examples. Okay? Through example. Yung ginawa ko dito sa baba. Oops. Yung ginawa ko dito sa baba. Okay. Let's move to number 2. Number 2 ay negative 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6 minus 7 plus 8 minus 5 plus and so on until negative 25. Naku, paano ko pa ito? Pero you have to use your observation. Okay. Summation of, okay, kung mapapansin nyo, alternate yung sign. Start with the negative followed by positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Paano kaya to? So, ang isipin mo, kung ano kaya yung number na pwedeng i-multiply, tapos, magbabago-bago yung sign niya, depende sa kanyang term. Okay. So, ito yung negative 1 raised to I. Okay. Tapos, times yung I. Okay. And I is equal to 0 until 25. Okay. Start na 0 kasi tinansya ko lang. Okay? Try natin isa. Trial and error muna yung gagawin natin. Tignan natin kung negative 1 yung sagot. From the formula, negative 1 raised to I times I. So ito ay negative 1 times, sabi dito 0 ang start. 0 tapos 1. Okay. Any number raised to 0 is 1, right? So 1 to times 1 which is 1. O hindi pwede. Paano yun, sir? So kapag ganon, since trial and error to, why won't you replace 0 to 1? So replace natin itong 0. Ayaw niya. Replace natin itong 0 to 1. 1. So ito ay magiging 1. Raised to 1 is magiging negative na to. And negative 1 times 1 give us negative 1. So tama na tayo. Is that clear? Trial and error lang itong ginagawa ko ha. Nakakuha niyo po yung point ko? Nakakuha niyo po ba?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Sige. Next. Ito ay, let's move to the second term. Negative 1 times 2, kasi we're done on 1, times 2. Negative 1 raised to 2. So, negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. And we were correct. Tama na. Okay, try natin yung 3. Negative 1 raised to 3 times 3 is negative 1 raised to 3. So, tatlong negative 1. Negative times negative times negative is negative. So, ito ay negative 1 times 3 which is negative 3. And tama na naman tayo. Okay. Yun ay hanggang 25. Okay. Klaro na po yung number 2? Klaro na po? Okay. Saburin ko lang to ah. So, yung ginawa ko, kailangan nyo pa rin mag-check. Okay? Saburin ko lang to. Let's proceed to number 3. Number 3 given is a sub 2 plus a sub 4 plus a sub 6 plus a sub 8 plus until a sub 20. Okay. So dito, ang nababago naman yung mga subscript niya. So meaning, kapag gagawa tayo ng summation, hindi na natin babago yung A. Nandyan na yan. Okay? So ito na lang yung pwede nating baguhin. So, 2 times I yung gamitin natin. From I is equal to 1 until 10. Kasi 2 times 10 is 20. Okay? O, try natin to. Try natin siya sagutan. Let's have the first term kung tama ito. A sub 2 times I is equal to A sub 2 times 1. And this is A sub 2. So, tama tayo. Next, yung 2 naman. A sub 2 times 2. Ito ay A sub 4. And we were correct. And lastly, number 3, yung third term, A sub 2 times 3 ay A sub 6. And we were correct. So, tama itong ating summation. Klaro po ba? 4. Okay. Sinusulat ko pa lang yun, problem number 4.
Ayun po.
Yan. 1 over 64, 1 over 128. Okay. Obserbahan natin yung ating denominator. Kasi yung denominator natin nagbabago. Okay? So, alam natin na whole number ay may denominator na 1. So, ito yung 1. So, starts sa 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So, ang summation would be summation of, okay, hindi nagbabago yung numerator. And then, paano kaya ito? Ano kaya yung ating denominator? 2 times n. O, try natin yung n. 2 raised to n. Where n is equal to 0 until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. O, try natin yung 8. Okay. Ito yung formula natin ha. 1 over 2 raised to n. Try natin yung first term. So 1 over 2 raised to n, first term ay 0. Sabi dito, 1 over 2 raised to 0, and we all know that any number raised to 0 is 1. So 1 over 1, which is also equal to 1. And we were correct. Try number 1. Okay. So 0, tapos na tayo. Try natin yung 1. So 2 raised to 1, which is 1 half. And we were correct again. So yung first term, second term, try natin yung ating third term. So 2 raised to 2. 1 over 2 raised to 2, which is 1/4. And we were correct once again. Try natin yung last term kung tamang 128. So ito ay 1 over 2 raised to, ang last term natin ay 8. Okay. 1 over, ano po yung 2 over, 2 raised to 1, 8. 2 raised to 8. Ilan po?
256.
2556.
Okay. Dapat 128 ito. So, baguhin natin to. Anong number para maging 128?
7 po.
Okay, try natin 7. Okay, so x na to x ka na sa akin. So, ito ay 1 over 2 raised to 7. So, what is 2 raised to 7?
128.
Okay, so yun na yun. It's 128. And that's it. Yan na po yung ating last term. Okay, next. Let's move to the properties of sigma notation. Pag sinabing properties, kanya. Okay? Kanya lang at kanya-kanya lang. Okay? So, una, summation of C from I is equal to 1 to N. So, kapag ganito, constant itong ating C, sabi dito, if A sub N and B sub N are sequences and C is a constant, then we can say that, ito na, yung first property niya, simply multiply yung ating constant dun sa upper bound. Okay? Upper bound. Okay. So, yun lang. Yun ang kadali. Kapag constant to, multiply mo lang yun, finish na. Number 2, summation of C or constant times A sub 1 from I is equal to 1 to N. So, kapag ganito may constant, may numerical coefficient sa ating variable or ating function, ilalabas lang po natin. Bali ganito. Ito yung constant. Okay? And then, parang balik ka dito sa number 1 dito. Okay. Number 3, kapag may operation between the sequences, i-separate mo lang. Pero yung upper bound sa lower bound ay the same pa rin. Okay? Kaya plus or minus ito. Number 4, kapag ang kanyang formula is summation of I from I is equal to 1 to N. Ang kanyang formula ay N times 2 plus 1 over 2. Kapag square naman po yung I, summation of I square from I is equal to 1 to N, ang formula niya ay N times 2 plus 1 times 2N plus 1 all over 6. And lastly, number 6, summation of I cube from I is equal to 1 to N. The formula is, kung ano yung nandito sa number 4, i-square mo lang yun. So the square of N times N plus 1 all over 2. Let's have an example. Using the properties of sigma notation, going to identify itong ating summation. So, hindi na tayo maglalagay yung pwede namang gawin yon pero medyo mahaba. Medyo mahaba. Gamitin natin itong property para makita yung summation netong ating binigay. Ito ay, okay, since merong operation between them, we have to separate yung ating terms. Bali, ito ay summation of 3i from I is equal to 1 to 4, tapos minus summation of 7 from I is equal to 1 to 4. Okay. Tapos, etong unang term ay merong constant or numerical coefficient na 3. Based doon sa ating property, kapag may constant, ilalagay sa harap. So, yun yung gagawin natin dito sa number 1. Sa number 1. So, yung 3 dito, ilalabas natin. So, ito ay magiging 3 times the summation of I from I is equal to 1 to 4. And then to, constant ito. Based on the property number 1, kapag constant, itong constant i-multiply lang dun sa upper limit. So, 7 times 4 is 28. Is that clear? Klaro po ba yun? Okay. Tapos, dito, ito ay equivalent dito. Equivalent dyan. Tapos yung constant, syempre nandun pa rin yun. So, 3 times from the formula n times n plus 1 over 2. Ano po yung n natin? Makikita yung n dito sa ating upper bound. So, ito ay magiging 4 times 4 plus 1 over 2. And then, copy natin yung negative 28. Simplify natin ito. So, pwede natin cancel ito. Ito yung magiging 2. So, 3 times 4 plus 1, that's 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Minus 28. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 minus 28 is 2. Ito na po yung sagot. Is that clear?
Yes.
Klaro po? Okay. Let's move to the second example. Using the property again. So, ito yung magiging summation of 2i raised to 2 plus I plus 3. So, ito ay kailangan i-parenthesize from I is equal to 1 to 3. Okay. May operation between the terms, hiwa-hiwalay na natin. Okay? Pero dito, i-separate na natin yung 2. Kasi later on, ilalabas din natin eh. So, ito yung magiging 2 summation of I raised to 2 from I is equal to 1 to 3 plus summation of I from I is equal to 1 to 3. And lastly, summation of, so plus summation of 3 from I is equal to 1 to 3. Okay. So, ito ay magiging, yung I raised to 2 natin, ito yung formula natin. Nakuha niyo po yung ibig sabihin? Did you get it?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So, ano po yung N natin? N natin dito. Based on the formula.
3.
3 is correct. Okay. So, 3. And then, ito ay 3 plus 1. Tapos, 2 times 3 plus 1 all over 6. Okay. Tapos, itong I naman, ang formula niya ay 3 times 3 plus 1 over 2. And lastly, ito ay constant. Kapag constant, multiply natin yung constant na doon, dun sa ating upper bound. So, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, 9 dito. Okay, simplify. Ito yung pwedeng cancel out. Ito yung magiging 3. So, 2 dito. 2 times 3 plus 1 is 4. So, ito ay 4 times 4 at 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 ay 7. So, times 7D dito over 3 plus, ito ay magiging 4. 4 times 3 is 12 over 2 plus 9 ulit. Simplify ulit natin ito. Simplify ulit natin ito. Ito ay magiging 2 times 4 ay 8. 8 times 7 is 56 divided by 3, that is, walag na. Plus 9 dito, plus 9. Nawala yata yung plus 9. Okay, tama ba? times 4 is 8. Ito ay 56 over 3. Tama po ba ako?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, tapos 6 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6 plus 9. And then simplify po natin. 56 over 3 plus 15. Ano pong sagot? Ito ay
101 over 3.
okay. Ito na po yung sagot natin.